When life breaks you, that's the moment most people stop breathing the fight. That's when they start accepting pain as the end instead of the beginning. But what you don't understand is that being broken is not the end of your story. It's the start of a new one. When everything around you collapses, when your body is weak, when your mind starts whispering that it's over, that's when you find out who you really are. The world doesn't reveal your strength in comfort. It reveals it when you're on your knees, when your heart feels shattered, when everything you ever worked for seems gone. That's the test. That's the furnace. That's where your identity is forged. You think you've hit your limit, but your limit is just the edge of what your mind has allowed you to believe. The truth is, when life breaks you, it's showing you that you've been living below your potential all along. It's a signal that there's a stronger version of you buried under the excuses, under the fears, under the comfort you've been protecting. Every time you break, you're being rebuilt. But the question is, how do you respond to that pain? Do you let it destroy you, or do you use it to rebuild yourself stronger? Most people run from pain, they hide from it, they medicate it, they blame others for it. They want an easy way out. But pain doesn't disappear when you avoid it, it multiplies. It becomes your shadow. The only way out is through. The only way to heal is to face it. You have to look directly into the thing that broke you and say, "You didn't destroy me, you exposed me." Because when you're broken, you see the truth of your life, what you've neglected, what you've been lying to yourself about, what you've been pretending doesn't hurt. You see who's really there for you, and who disappears when your life no longer benefits them. You see that your comfort was your cage, that your distractions were just a mask hiding your wounds. You can't grow in peace. You grow through resistance. When you're broken, you are at your rawest, most honest state. The ego is gone, the mask is gone, the fake strength is gone, and what's left is pure truth. That's where the work begins. You don't get stronger by pretending you're okay. You get stronger by standing in the middle of the storm and refusing to bow down to it. You rebuild brick by brick, day by day. You get up even when your body screams no. You fight even when your mind tells you it's pointless. Because every single time you push through the pain, you send a message to your soul that you are not done yet. That's what separates the broken who stay broken from the broken who rise. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's discipline. It's willpower. It's the refusal to quit when life breaks you. It's because life is demanding more from you. It's trying to pull out a stronger version of you that can't exist without the destruction of the old one. You can't carry your weakness into your next level. You can't take your comfort with you to the top. You can't build strength without tearing the muscle. That's the process of transformation, destruction before creation. Every time you hit the bottom, you're being stripped of what no longer serves you. It's painful, it's lonely, it's dark, but it's necessary. You have to be willing to lose who you were to become who you're meant to be. You have to accept that the breaking is not punishment, it's preparation. You have to learn to thank the pain because it's shaping you into someone unstoppable. People think strength is about never falling apart. No, strength is falling apart and still showing up. Strength is crying in the dark but getting up in the morning anyway. Strength is being told you're done and choosing to go one more round. You will be misunderstood. You will be underestimated, you will be alone, but you will keep moving because you understand that pain is temporary and quitting is forever. When you feel like you can't go on, that's exactly when you must. That's the breaking point, the line that separates the ones who survive from the ones who transcend. The pain doesn't go away, you just get used to carrying it. You start wearing it as armor instead of chains. The mind will tell you that you've lost everything. It will whisper that there's no point in trying again, but your heart knows better. Deep down, there's a voice that refuses to die, a fire that refuses to go out. That's your soul. That's the part of you that no failure, no betrayal, no loss can kill. You just have to listen. You have to shut down the noise of the world, the opinions, the doubts, and tune into that inner fire. It's quiet, but it's there. And when you connect to it, you'll realize you were never truly broken, you were being rebuilt. Life was teaching you that real power doesn't come from what you have, it comes from what you can endure. Real confidence isn't built when things go right. It's built when everything goes wrong, and you keep going anyway, so when life breaks you, don't just survive it. Use it. Channel it. Turn the pain into power. Every scar is a story of survival. Every tear is proof that you refused to give up. Every wound is a lesson carved into your soul. Let the pain remind you that you are alive. Let the struggle remind you that you still have fight left in you. You are not defined by what breaks you. You are defined by how you rise after it. Life is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to challenge you, humble you, and shape you into someone who can handle anything. So when you're broken, remember this. You're not being destroyed. You're being rebuilt into something stronger than ever before. When life breaks you, it doesn't just take your comfort, it takes your excuses. It rips away every safety net you've built around yourself and forces you to face the raw, unfiltered version of who you are. The version without validation, without applause, without anyone telling you you're doing great. That's the version that's real. When you're broken, there's no pretending anymore. The mask falls off, and what's left is truth, the truth about your fears, your limits, your weaknesses. But here's the thing, that truth is the foundation for your rebirth. Because when life strips you down, it's giving you the rarest opportunity, the chance to rebuild yourself from zero, with intention, with purpose, with hunger. Most people never get that chance because they spend their whole lives avoiding pain, hiding behind comfort, never getting to know who they really are. Pain is the mirror of growth. Every time you hurt, you are being shown the gap between who you are and who you could be. When you lose something or someone, when your plans collapse, when you feel like you're falling apart, what's actually happening is that life is showing you that you've been relying on things that weren't built to last. Pain doesn't come to destroy, it comes to expose. It exposes your weak foundations so you can rebuild stronger ones. You'll never build unbreakable strength from things that never tested you. You'll never become who you're meant to be if life keeps letting you win too easily. It's in the losses, in the heartbreaks, in the sleepless nights, where you learn what endurance truly means. Pain becomes your teacher. It humbles you, but it also hardens you. It takes everything fragile inside you and turns it into steel. The world will never hand you strength. It demands it from you. You have to earn it, and that's what breaking does. It calls you to earn your strength. You earn it when you get up after failing 100 times. You earn it when you show up for yourself when no one else does. You earn it when you stay disciplined even when you don't see progress. The process is brutal because it's supposed to be. You can't become unstoppable while clinging to comfort. You can't become mentally unbreakable while living an easy life. Life will test you over and over again, and every test will ask the same question. How bad do you really want it? When you're tired, when you're defeated, when the world feels heavy, that's the question echoing in your mind. Most people quit before they answer it, but the ones who rise are the ones who refuse to quit. No matter how broken they feel. When you feel broken, you must learn to stop seeking rescue. No one's coming to save you, not your friends, not your family, not your mentors. You have to be your own hero. You have to be the one who stands up when everything inside you screams to stay down. You have to be the one who creates light when all you see is darkness. You have to learn to turn loneliness into focus, to turn pain into drive, to turn despair into discipline. Every second you spend waiting for someone to fix you is another second wasted. The truth is, no one can fix you because you're not something to fix, you're something to rebuild. You are clay in your own hands. You decide the shape you'll take after the breaking. You decide whether your scars become your story of defeat or your proof of strength. Every time life breaks you, it's revealing your untapped potential. You may not see it now, but that breaking is awakening a side of you that you didn't even know existed. There's a deeper gear inside you, a level of focus, a level of hunger that only pain can unlock. The human mind is capable of extraordinary resilience, but most people never touch it because they stop when it hurts. They believe pain is the signal to quit, but pain is the signal to push harder. When it hurts, that's the door. When it burns, that's the threshold. The mind will tell you that you're done, but that's just fear disguising itself as logic. You have to be willing to go beyond that mental wall. That's where transformation lies. That's where you discover that the pain that once broke you has now become your power source. The greatest transformation happens when you stop running from the storm and walk straight into it. Because you realize the storm was never there to destroy you, it was there to strengthen you. The storm is your training ground. It's where you learn to stand tall even when everything around you is falling apart. It's where you learn to breathe under pressure, to stay calm when chaos surrounds you, to keep your focus when everything inside you wants to panic. That's when you start building something that can't be taken away, inner strength. That's the kind of power that doesn't depend on circumstances, on validation, on comfort. It comes from the inside, forged by every time you refuse to give up. You start carrying yourself differently. You start trusting yourself more because you've been through hell and came out standing when life breaks you. You have two choices, surrender or rebuild. Most people surrender because rebuilding requires everything. It requires you to face the pain instead of numbing it. It requires you to take responsibility for your healing instead of blaming others. It requires patience, consistency, and a level of grit that most aren't willing to develop. But if you choose to rebuild, if you choose to rise, something incredible happens. You start to become unstoppable. Because when you've been broken and still found the strength to stand again, nothing can intimidate you anymore. You've already faced the worst and you're still here. You stop fearing loss. You stop fearing failure. You stop fearing pain. You start realizing that nothing outside of you has power over you anymore. You become unshakable. That's the beauty of being broken. It's not the end, it's the rebirth. You are being recreated into something more powerful, more focused, more disciplined than before. Every broken piece is an opportunity to rebuild stronger. You learn to live without needing the world's approval. You learn to fight without an audience. You learn to love yourself through the chaos. And one day you'll look back and realize that the moment you thought was your breaking point was actually your turning point. The moment you thought would end you was the exact moment that began the creation of the real you.